Yeah, I think the internet and the computer is an amazing place to say, like, if you want to learn how to make an apple pie, you can learn it in no time. And not just that, you can learn philosophy if you want. You can learn how to be a better person or whatever. Or there's so many things you can do on the internet. I feel that you can learn about the world around you and other people as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I say, I've said it quite a few times now, but I really wish that I've had it all my life.
Yeah. Would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Or I was born today.
Yeah.
And I was,
in the internet.
Born today. Can you imagine being born today, and then like the time you're 6 or 7, you've got all these luxuries in a funny way.
Yeah.
Like I say, I mean, when I was say 10 years old, you didn't have games around like you got any computer games at all really.
Yeah.
I think they were just actually making the first games about then. That must have been about 1975 or something like that.
Yeah.
They're working on games, but they were very basic, like tennis.
Yeah.
Just a little ball going like this, and the graphics are, just gone so advanced since 1965.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like you think another 25 years, another 50 years. Wow. Well, I don't know whether a man's learned everything they can about life, because I don't think they have. Like we were talking about the ocean earlier on. I was talking about when you go deep underneath, you've got pressure. So the deeper you go under, depending how much water is around you, obviously, but if you're in the ocean, that's a lot of water, do you know what I mean? So if you go deep down, deeper you go down, the more pressure you've got on you, as probably everyone knows. So you get it against you.
Yeah.
And even when we're out here right now, you've got skin, pressure on our skin, and the air pressure is always changing. But if you went up there, you explode outwards.
Yeah.
You get sucked outwards. That's the difference, I think. I'm not sure. That's my
theory.
Not theory. I think that's what I've read.
Yes.
Or whether it's true or not, I don't know. But I think that's why they wear space suits really in space. It's not because there's pressure on them pushing them in like the ocean.
Yeah.
It's going like that.
Yeah.
Pulling you out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that I'm going back onto the ocean. We talk about artificial intelligence, but even like I say, the ocean we don't know much about. Like you say, it's kind of like the universe where we don't know much about that really. We don't know much about the ocean, but I think we're at times, like where we've got onto technology that can help mankind learn a lot more about it in the near future.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe in 50 years time we'll know a lot more about it than we do today.
Yeah.
Even our camera technology is good as it is today, and amazing it is today. In another 20 years time it's going to be even better. Yeah. And that's hard to believe maybe, but it is. Even like filming, I think there are sort of it's getting better quality as each year goes by.
Right.
And you had 4K, and now I think it's gone up to 8K now. It's like twice the definition or something, twice the and it's amazing really. And you think like maybe they're going to go to 16K soon.
Yeah.
It is incredible. And I think like, is it going to help us? I feel like me personally, like when I was younger, life used to be a bit harder.
Yes.
Life used to be colder when I woke up. We didn't have double glazing or anything.
Heating. Yeah.
No, and I think like we didn't have any washing machines. It was all done by hand. And not that I done the washing.
Yeah.
But I think like people were working harder back then. Didn't have the washing machines to do it for them. see what I mean? And I think like today, a lot of people, not all people, but a lot of people can put their feet up because they bought machines.
Yes, yeah.
You know, I mean, a washing machine's not a robot, but it's kind of a bit of a robot. You know, you've got to program it, you know, and set it, and it's got like a little chip in it. It's kind of, I think they're computerized today, you know, the washing machines they make.
Yeah.
And it's even cars, you know, they've become computerised today, and they've just got so advanced. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want to get in a car 50 years ago, honestly, especially in the winter, you know, because it'd be too cold. And your windscreen wipers wouldn't work very well, and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And probably had a leak in the roof and all that, you know, but today, you know, that even they don't even get rusty anymore, if you see what I mean, because they put better paint on it.
Yeah.
You know? They've improved the paint, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's amazing, really, that how much further can we go?
Yeah.
Or will we destroy ourselves by? Because in a kind of way, like all these tractors and machinery that we have got today in the world, because I feel like the world, this is how I look at it, the earth is sort of like half nature and half of it's machine today, because it's evolved like that, you know, it's not half machine. I feel like man is half machine and half nature.
Yeah.
And I feel like this machine is kind of going to grow.
Yeah.
And it, you know, like, who's going to win, nature or machine? And I know that who is going to win at the end of the day? Nature takes over.
Yeah.
It always, you know, everything comes to an end, doesn't it? And yeah, you know, that's my theory anyway. I think like everything, even our electric, you know, does that come to an end? It will one day.
Yeah.
I think. My life does. It comes to an end, and I just feel like every flower comes to an end, every tree comes to an end.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything has an expiration date.
Yeah.
Everything gets old and withers.
Yeah, even metal, apparently, you know, it rusts.
Yeah. Slowly breaks down,
Yeah.
deteriorates.
Rubber
Yeah.
decays. You know, it you know, like elastic band. If you leave it in oxygen, you know, it's alright if you put it in a bag. Alright, keep it in a bag for a couple of years, pop it in a bag. Elastic band, that is. But if you leave it in the oxygen for a couple of years, it'll just break up and powder up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, no, that's another problem. You know, all the rubber on the machines need replacing.
After a
Every
certain.
so often.
Yeah.
Just like all the tyres on the cars do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rubber with oxygen around. You know, believe it or not, oxygen does a lot of damage to things. Believe it or not, it does a lot of damage to metal.
Yeah.
It rusts it.
Yeah, it does.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's another problem man is trying to sort of overcome. Actually, you know, sort of like make things that last forever.
Yeah.
That you don't have to keep changing. You know.
But there are certain metals and stuff like this that are
Rust proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like for instance, gold.
Gold. Yeah.
That's one of the only metals that doesn't rust.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is interesting, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah.
I think. I don't know what other metals don't rust, but most metals rust.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. They decay the dust in a funny way, you know. It's quite interesting.
The elements break them down over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where gold is something, I don't know, you know, I mean, to be honest, it's one thing I want to study.
Yeah.
In the future.
Yeah. Well, like always, mate, I just hope for a better and brighter future. You know, for the next generations to come. And I just hope that whatever technology is created, you know, going forward from here, hopefully it will be productive for society, and it will be for the betterment of mankind, you know, to aid and assist mankind to evolve even more, and to be, you know, be able to work less and enjoy life more and have more freedom. And you know, if that is the case, then you know, why not? If we can create a society where a lot more robots and stuff do certain jobs, and people are, you know, freer to have their life back in a way, because you know what I mean, not have to work as much as they do. And I think that's that's not a bad thing necessarily.
When I was younger, I think it was about 16, they used to have this programme on that used to come out every Thursday. Watch it. I think it used to be on at 7 o'clock every Thursday on the BBC.
Yeah.
And it used to be called Tomorrow's World. You know, and they were talking about machines where one day people won't have to do much in the future. You know, where we can just play tennis and we can just go for walks and just enjoy life. Everyone, you know, where all the machines are doing everything for us.
All the jobs, most of the jobs are,
And it is kind of getting like that, really. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Where, you know, like say, rich people are hiring, or they'd rather use machinery than employ 100 people.
Yeah.
Because it's cheaper for them.
Yeah.
And they make a lot more money.
Yeah.
So that is the, you know, that's it really. You know, what can you do? Nothing.
True. Oh, yeah. At the end of the day, we have no control over these, over these projects,
Well, no, I don't think anyone's got control on the outside world, have they? Really? They have a little bit.
I think certain people.
I think you got control on your own life.
Yes. Yeah.
But I feel that you can't really. That's what I'm trying to say. You really can't change the world we live in, you know. But you can sort of help by making it a bit better, you know. Like if everybody in this world did something good tomorrow, that would make the world a whole better place. If you ask me, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
And we all do our own little bit in our own little way, I feel.
Yeah.
I don't think there's one person really that can change the world.
No.
Maybe Trump. Maybe Trump can do it. No, I'm joking.
No. I do think Trump is the better candidate out of the two parties that are obviously contending to be president in America again.
Yeah.
Coming up soon, the next election. I do think Trump will be better for the country.
I didn't mean to bring up Trump anyway.
No, I know.
You know,
but yeah, I do believe he'll be the best option for,
You know, maybe politics would be run by artificial intelligence.
Maybe one day.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it? Like, we don't need any, like, government anymore. Because we've got artificial intelligence doing it for us, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm going beyond.
I don't know if it'll ever get to that point. I think maybe one day we might get to a point where politics is considered outdated and antiquated.
I think it is today.
I think it is today anyway, but I think even more so maybe 50 years, 100 years, where people are like, there's no more need for this, like we can, it's not rocket science, obviously you need people in place to do certain deals, like certain trade deals and certain other things, if you get what I'm saying, in terms of like the economy, import, export, all these kind of different things, people in place to conduct these kind of deals, to look after the country's population, to ensure you get enough food coming in and out, and etc. All the things that it takes to run a country, to feed your population and look after your country and your people. But yeah, I think it will get to a point where, might be eliminated, potentially. Yeah. I don't know if personally I would ever want to be merged with machine in any way, shape or form. Like there's things like Elon Musk, he created something called Neuralink, and apparently the FDA have recently approved it for clinical trials, and basically it's a microchip that they put into your skull, into a certain part of your skull, and it somehow interacts with your brain. So basically he's saying that he can create a chip that could potentially help certain people walk again, other things.
Well, I saw this.
Yeah,
go on, sorry.
But no. All I was going to say is like, it's one of these things where you can see why a lot of people will be skeptical to of this technology and to try it, because who really wants a microchip in their brain?
I wouldn't.
You get what I mean? So I can understand why some people might choose to participate in the trials and this kind of stuff, especially like if it could really be beneficial for people to help certain people walk again and certain other things, because those electrical impulses aren't being sent correctly from the brain to the body. If it was somehow able to interact with the brain and help those electrical pulses to be created again, so that those person, could, the brain then works and sends the signals to the parts of the body that need the signal so that they function again. I think that would be incredible.
Well, I saw something the other day.
On a medical, technological level, that would be a huge advancement.
Well, that's what they're,
But
talking about. Like today, they're using artificial intelligence with hospitals and things, aren't they? Where even maybe
surgeries and shit
surgeries are being
conducted.
done by,
yeah,
it gets, I don't know how much further they're going to go with it all. It's interesting, that's for sure.
I don't know. Would you prefer to be operated on by a human or by a machine?
By human.
Yeah, same.
I feel like maybe they didn't program it right,
Yeah.
or no, I just wouldn't want it.
There's still room for error, obviously, being with a human. But I think any human who has been doing that job long enough and knows what they're doing is, as an expert in their field. I think I would, like you said, I'd much prefer the human.
It's just like I told you, earlier on. I wouldn't get in a car that wasn't driven by somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, same.
That's what I mean. Would you?
No.
Can you imagine, because I think they're working on the idea where cars go around without any drivers, so they go at the right speeds, and they're a lot safer in that. But is it safer? What happens if it goes wrong? The computer takes a wrong turn and or whatever. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I just find it remarkable in a way that even like satellite technology. I used to have a job, like I might have said in previous episodes, doing removals, and I used to do a lot of navigating when I first started the job, where I had to tell him, look at a map and tell him exactly where to go. Then slowly in time, he got the navigator, because that come in, and then I could put my feet up and go to sleep.
Yeah.
And it took over my job. And it's kind of like artificial intelligence in
a
way, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And even the ones today, they talk to you. You even get the ones in like the modern cars that literally talk to people.
That's right.
Hi, good morning. They even give it a name. Hi, good morning. My name is such and such. Where would you like me to take you today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have a. I expect you got some that discuss with you, like say good morning. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Oh, they do.
Making them
They do. I've seen some ads. I've seen some ads
How
recently.
you feel today? And I've got a bit of cold. Oh wow, you better that have a joke with
Exactly. They will interact with you. Exactly. Yeah. And if anything happens, they'll literally say to you, sir, I am calling AA right now, or I am calling the emergency services, or etc. So I guess in a certain way, it is kind of making people safer, in a way. I
feel like everyone having a mobile. Not everyone's got a mobile, of course. Not everybody can afford one, or not everybody wants one, whatever.
Yeah.
But most people want one, or
yes.
most people got one.
I've got one. Yeah.
But I just feel like it's making the world safer. Like we've got all the cameras everywhere, and everyone's behaving themselves a little bit more because of it. They know that they're being spied on, or they're going to get caught out, or if they do something wrong in a funny way, or I just feel like it is preventing crime in a big way. This technology. Yeah.
Definitely.
Can artificial intelligence tackle crime in the future? That's a thing.
I think it has already. I think it has already, and I think it will be even more advanced.
But can criminal people use artificial intelligence? That's the problem,
Yes, and that is the thing, because like we said, people have access to these applications and these different things.
Everything's getting the wrong hands, I think. Everything. I think it's like a car. Someone driving the car.
Yeah.
It's whether it's a sensible person, or not a sensible person, basically, or it's like a gun. You give someone a gun, they might be a good person using it for good purposes.
Yes.
But
Protection only.
then it might, a gun might go in someone else's hands that ain't got a clue, or not have no upbringing at all, and don't give a monkey's about anyone.
Yeah, true.
And that's dangerous, isn't it? Giving it, I think it just depends what hands you put it into. Technology.
Exactly. I agree with that for sure.
And it's a bit scary, really, because it's like making a bomb. For instance, apparently you can learn on the internet how to make a bomb.
Well, I think you could pretty much learn anything on the internet.
Yeah.
And also you've got things that exist like the dark web, where I've never been on it personally, but I've seen a lot of videos about it, if you see what I mean. People talking about the dark web and what exists in the dark web and what happens and what kind of transactions and shit are made on the dark web, if you see what I mean. All sorts of illegal stuff and all sorts of things, if you see what I mean.
So I don't know much about the dark web.
Same. But this guy was basically saying, all sorts of awful shit does happen on there as well, where people, all sorts of weird and horrible transactions take place, So like you said, things can be used for the wrong reasons, You've got people that literally hack into other people's cameras.
Yeah.
I've seen it, I've watched videos online literally about it, people that have hacked into other people's laptop cameras, computer cameras, phone cameras, to watch them and shit. Real stalker, crazy vibe, Imagine right now you got your computer on, you're sitting there watching something, doing something online, whatever, and the whole time you're just, someone's watching you. You get what I'm saying? You don't even know someone's watching you.
It worry me.
I'm not saying that it would worry you, but I'm just saying for anyone that would be, especially for, it's
I mean, they can make cameras that can go in pictures today.
Yeah.
Little holes like this.
You get microscopic cameras today. Yeah.
That go through pinholes.
Yeah. It's true.
That's why I think, is the world safer or what? I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the moment, I feel like it's strange.
Yeah.
Because it's new. I feel like, wow, maybe every decade's a bit new. Something happens new every decade. We don't really notice it, do we?
Yeah.
Change. The world is changing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I think in a big way, in a funny way, it's like, I think every decade that goes by, we do improve and go more advanced, of course, in that decade. But it's like we accelerate quicker.
Yeah.
It's like as you say, we've got the internet now, and the youth today, like your daughter you were talking about, they pick it up so easy, and it's like easy to them. By the time they're 16, they're writing programs.
Yeah.
I
I really think my son, especially my son, he was even telling me last time about in school, like in his technology classes, he's learning how to write code. He's learning how to create. He's learning how to create programs. He's 10 years old. He's learning how to make programs. And obviously it's only on a very basic beginner level at the moment because they've not long started. If you see what I mean. But just imagine in a few years' time, the opportunities that might be available to him through learning how to do that is just enormous, if you see what I mean, especially in this day and age where technology is the way forward, if you see what I mean, the advancement of it. We're just getting more and more advanced, faster and faster as the years go by. So yeah, it's...
By the time he's 16, his son, he'd be coming home from school and he'd say, "Look, Dad, I made this robot."
Well, he might be
saying, he'd be talking to you.
He might be saying to me that I've made this game, I've made this application, I've made this software for this farm, this computer farm, or some antivirus thing, to protect people's computers or whatever, whatever. There's loads of So and he said to me like, "Dad, like I'm creating one of my own programs at school." In my technology class, they're teaching me how to do code, how to write code, So, yeah. Oh, wow. Quite taken aback,
Interesting future, that's for sure.
Well, it kind of makes you wish to, in a way, that you had those opportunities too when you were growing up in school too. You know, I wish I, you know, I wonder if I had, you know, had the potential to be able to learn something like that in school in my time. You know, I think I would have really enjoyed something like that, to be honest. You know, that'd been really interesting. You know,
I'm gonna write a letter actually to the government and say that why didn't they release the internet in 1965? Because I could have had much better fun, a much better childhood. I could play games, everything.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, because I think they did discover it a bit earlier than they actually brought it out, but you know they had to, I don't know, test
Well,
it.
let's be honest. In the last 15 years, let's say, for example, that the internet has been really good and whatever else, society has changed, mate. In a whole, people don't really go outdoors as much and all this type of stuff. If
That's
you see what I
right.
mean. That life has changed. If you see what I mean, society has changed and adapted to the technology.
Yeah.
Some ways good, some ways bad. Anyway, mate, before we wrap it up and call it a night for this week's episode, all about
artificial intelligence.
Any final words, any closing statements, anything you want to leave with the people about tonight's episode or anything else, mate?
Well, I think we touched on most things about everything.
Yeah.
I just think like I hope you enjoyed everything we were talking about today. I hope you're enjoying all the shows, all the episodes that we've done so far.
Yeah.
Really. But yeah, you know, like I say, it's an interesting future, and I don't think anyone can stop it.
Yeah.
We can't stop getting better, can we?
Yeah.
If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Even I can't stop improving, really. Like when I wake up tomorrow, you know, I want to improve in life, you know, and always aiming to learn more. Even though I'm quite old now, I'm not long got much more time left in this world, but even so, there's something inside me that wants to learn as much as I possibly can before I leave this world.
Yeah.
Like Albert Einstein once said, one of his quotes, he said, if you give up learning, you start dying.
Yeah.
That's when you'll start dying. As soon as you think, oh, I'll know everything.
Yeah.
Because you don't, you never do, you never will know everything.
Yeah. It's true.
You know, I've got so much to learn about lots of things yet, and I'm 65. You know, I mean, even if I was here for another 1,000 years, I'd still find things to learn about. I think, you know, I'll probably know if I did live for that long. I'll probably know to cook apple pies by then, all that, you know. But there's lots of things to learn in life, isn't there? Not just cooking. There's so many different skills, really, isn't there?
It is true.
You know, including being skillful with your own life. I think, you know, sort of understanding who you are and all that kind of stuff, and what you like and what you don't like, and just learning about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. All I will say is artificial intelligence good or bad? We've got our own opinions, but we'll let you guys be the judge of that.
Don't think it's doing any harm, do you?
No. But we've all got our own opinions, you know. Some people are for it, really pro, you know, think it is the way forward and it's the future. And then you've obviously got the people who are, you know, unsure and questioning it and completely against it, and, you know, believe that it's, you know, it's...
I don't think anyone can stop it though.
No, they can't.
Like I say, it's just like we're improving.
Yeah.
We're learning. Sometimes like we go wrong in life. We learn by our mistakes in the kind of way mankind does as well, I think. But we can't stop going forward and getting more advanced.
Yeah. To want to evolve, to grow and to expand and to become better, you know, be better. Anyway, guys, hope you guys have enjoyed this week's episode all about artificial intelligence. We'll be back again next week with a brand new episode, so please stay tuned for that. We are the Philosophy Podcast, of course. Good night. God bless. One love. Yeah.
Whoa.